In Book 8 of the Aeneid, Aeneas worries about the impending war, but Tiber, the god of the Tiber River, appears to him in a dream and assures him that he is fulfilling his fate. Tiber promises the sign that Apollo foretold on Delos, confirming Ascanius will establish Alba Longa, parent city of Rome. He tells Aeneas to seek help from King Evander up the river in Pallanteum. As Aeneas prepares to sail, he sees the sign and sacrifices the pigs to Juno as instructed. The Tiber guides him to the future site of Rome. There, Evander and his people are feasting to honor Hercules, who saved their city from a monster. Prince Pallas greets Aeneas and his companions, and Evander welcomes them as friends and kin. After the celebration, Evander shows Aeneas many places familiar to Romans. The next morning, Evander tells of a great army that will support Aeneas, Etruscans, who rose up against the monstrous King Mezentius, now an enemy firmly on the side of Turnus. Importantly, they will follow him because a prophecy says they must have a leader from overseas. Sending his ships back to Ascanius, Aeneas rides with Pallas to meet the Etruscans. Meanwhile, a worried Venus charms her husband, the fire god Vulcan, into making weapons Aeneas can use to win against the Latins. Deep in his volcanic island, he and his Cyclops assistants forage weapons of war and a great shield for Aeneas. Venus delivers them, and Aeneas marvels at the shield decorated with scenes of Roman history, foretelling the future of his people. In Book 8, Evander and Pallas are introduced in the midst of a celebration to honor the hero god Hercules, who saved their city. As Aeneas' primary allies, their honor and piety reflect on him. Evander and Pallas are yet another important father-son pair in the Aeneid. As this king sends Pallas to fight alongside Aeneas, he says he would rather die himself than live to see his son die, foreshadowing tragedy to come. The fact that Evander and Pallas are descended from Greeks related to Agamemnon and Menelaus, who also fought against Troy, fulfills one of the Sibyl's prophecies. They are also related to Aeneas. Their family lines descend from the Titan Atlas, father of Jupiter. They immediately bond as family, friends, and allies. The shield that Venus has persuaded Vulcan to make for Aeneas, decorated with images of Roman history, is a symbol of both the inevitability of his fate and the destiny of Rome. The prominence of Augustus on it equates he and Aeneas in greatness. From the city Aeneas builds, a great empire will spring. Virgil envisions Augustus's empire to continue that growth exponentially in territory and glory.